and I'm only here for God.
Thank you. And thank you, David. Well, it is our month, November, the month of elimination, of release, renunciation. And so let go and let God. This is a valuable precept. It's one of the most important things in our life. Imagine for a moment if you've never let go of anything. Everything you had when you were a baby, everything you had when you were 6, 7, 8, 10, 14, 25. Can you imagine what your life would be like? It probably wouldn't be worth living. So our ability to let go is a ticket to having the best life we can have. At least that's what I'm going to explore. We'll see if you agree with me afterwards. Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity, says we must learn to let go, to give up, to make room for the things that we've prayed for and desired. It is simply the giving up and casting away of old thoughts that have put us where we are and putting in their place new ideas that promise to improve our condition. So whenever we let go of something, it creates some space in our life. Anyone experiencing letting go of something right now to make space in their life? Yes? What are you doing?
Letting go of the bookkeeping.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, UT.
For that spiritual training. That's good. Tracy.
I'm letting go of control of everything.
Wow. That is black belt letting go. Well, but working on it, you've established it as the goal. That's beautiful. As someone who loves to be in control, that's big. Anyone else? Susanna.
Ideas that I know how a person is going to act and how I need to let go and let them be themselves and not put, not believe in a pattern.
Yes. That's beautiful. So as these examples, there's a lot we can let go. It can be our livelihood or what we do. It can be what we think, what we feel. It can be anything. It can be the stuff. And when we do it, it opens a space. And we have the ability to fill that space either with more junk, I've done it before, or a space to open ourselves to God, to divinity, to our Christ consciousness, to that knowing that right now we are in the space of taking the next step that we don't even know what that's going to be yet. It's valuable. Joseph Campbell, great author, just an amazing guy. He had the idea of follow your bliss. He was the mentor to George Lucas from the very beginning. So Star Wars is infused with the ideas that Joseph Campbell brought out in his books. He says, we must be willing to let go of the life we've planned so that we can have the life that's waiting for us. Part of our human journey is planning how it's going to be. When we're young, we might, oh, I'm going to be a fireman, I'm going to be an astronaut. You know, we create a plan. And we do that in the course of our life over and over again. In my case, I've recreated my career path multiple times. And each time when I was in it, I thought, this is what I'm going to do the rest of my life. Well, change of plan. I didn't plan this. It was God's plan, not my plan. And I wrestled with God about it for years. And guess who wins? Thank God. Yeah. So we have, if we can let go and let God, we can depart the plan, be present, and live the greatest life we can in alignment with ourselves, with the universe. And that is quite something. Do you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, good. So, Jack Kornfield, I've learned so much about meditation from this man. He's a great teacher, wonderful author, and he says to let go does not mean to get rid of. To let go means to let be. When we let be with compassion, things come and go on their own. Now this is definitely a good thing for us to know. Now the 12-step programs know this quite well. They repeat a prayer, the serenity prayer. Let's say it. God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Now that in itself is a recipe for letting go. Sometimes my passion and my compassion can lead me to a place where I truly am willing to change. I think that's true for everyone in every 12-step program. It certainly helped me in my program. And change happens. And going into that, stepping into this wisdom, have no idea what's next. No idea what I'm going to be asked to do. No ideas on the person I find because I've let go of my ism. I've let go of the pain. I've let go of the relationships that hurt. But I never really get rid of them. We can't erase them from our memory, but we can forgive them and we can let go. I really think everyone that's hurt me in the past is doing the absolute best they could. They just didn't quite make the mark. And I can forgive them. I'm not condoning their behavior, but I can let go of it. I don't need to carry it around anymore. Good idea? Yeah. So let go and let God. Elizabeth Sand Turner, I wish I knew all these women of unity. They're so profoundly wise. They're so articulate in their writings. Elizabeth Sand Turner took the Bible and did a metaphysical interpretation of the entire Bible in 3 volumes. I mean, that's not chump change. That's someone who's got dedication and work. So her wisdom I look to because I like wisdom. So this is what Elizabeth says. When we love God, we're willing to renounce the things in our lives, in our consciousness, and our outer lives that do not belong to our spiritual nature. So if we start from a place where we're present, we can go into our heart space and we connect with love. I'm loving. I'm lovable. And truly, I'm loved. And within that journey, I can have that as a starting place to see what doesn't resonate with that love. Oh, I'm a little angry. Oh, that little judgment? I just judged the entire world. That little judgment. Anyone have any judgments, opinions? Any anger, any frustration? Yeah, I'm right where I'm supposed to be. This is my tribe. This is my people. We have the knowledge, the tool to attend to those issues in our life. And today we can let go of anything. Right now. And with that, we can open ourselves to what's next. I heard a speaker that talked about this process at one time. And he said, I had to get it really simple so when I was facing my stuff, I could activate the prayer. So living life fully, and at any point we can say, enough. Stop. Time out. Enough. I'm overwhelmed, God, no more. I'm at rest. And then whenever we're ready, we just say, whatever. 2 prayers. Enough. Whatever. That's letting go and letting God. And it's in our spiritual nature when we're aligned with that divine consciousness within us, that Christ consciousness. Christ consciousness is always available to us, to inform us, to guide us, to heal us, to renew us. And from Scripture, this is throughout Scripture, I love this simple passage, Matthew 11:28. Come to me, all you that are weary and carrying heavy burdens, and I will give you rest. It's wonderful that we have this enormous presence that is there for us. Like the greatest friend. And it does happen through other people. We're all working in the same oneness of God, and sometimes when someone comes up to us, they speak to us, and what we hear is what we need to hear from our highest self. Just say no. Oh. No. It's a complete sentence. I didn't know that for years. In my people-pleasingness, I thought I had to say yes, 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 yes. And I live in a yes universe. Everything's a yes. But it's also a valid answer to say no. Or no thank you. I hope you'll join me this week in our personal exploration. The first one is acceptance. It is as it is. Having awareness of how things are gives us the ability to choose whether we want to keep doing the same thing or change. Acceptance is accepting what is. It's also accepting some things I can't change. I'm 67. I can't be 18 anymore. Some things we can't change, but I can accept that I'm 67. I can accept that I'm healthy. I can accept that I'm vital. I can accept that finally, I've come to a time and space in my life where I'm pretty darn happy with the way I'm in the prime of my life. That's pretty good. I didn't feel like that when I was 19, but I feel like it now. The second one is patience. We need to be gentle with ourselves, patient with ourselves. Recognize that all of life's decisions and experiences have brought you to this moment. Congratulations. And there's a whole history behind each of our experiences. Some with other people for a while, and a whole bunch of other times where we weren't with them. Patience. Give yourself a little space, a little time. And forgive. Let go of the anger and the resentment. It doesn't hurt them at all. They probably don't even know you're upset. And be forgiving ourselves. Now, our master teacher, Jesus said, forgive 70 times 7. What that means to me is just keep forgiving. Just forgive and forgive and forgive and forgive. And what happens when we forgive? It's a little let go. We create a little space. It is true that space is the final frontier. But we're not talking about outer space, we're talking about the inner space. Any Trekkies? And the fourth one is allow. Honor your process with faith. Give yourself a little slack. We're not going to be able to give up our control like that. But we can do it a little at a time. We're not going to be a licensed Unity teacher like that. But we can take it one step at a time and allow it to inform and grow you. And having thoughts of others. And holding that we can choose how we're going to respond or react to everyone. And we can let go of the results. Because who's in charge? God. Yes, God's in charge. Or David's in charge. The nice thing about David in charge right now is he'll just say yes to anything because he's so tired. It's just like, oh, whatever. But that brings us to the prayer. Enough and whatever. We can always stop right where we are and not have to process anything. Just take care of the laundry. And then when we're ready, whatever. And the life we're leading is a blessing. So let's let go and let God.